By the National Weather Service as a Category 5 hurricane, and initial estimates of damage here are staggering. Numbers released this morning by the Federal Emergency Management Agency say the death toll may reach as high as 1,500, with a missing persons list exceeding 700 and tens of thousands of displaced and homeless victims preparing to leave behind everything they loved about the Big Easy to begin a new life somewhere down the road. It will be anything but.
They told me to go here, so I go here. And they say go there, and I go there. Now I'm back here. So I'm sitting down. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm Violet Recolte. I think I know you. You're that handyman from the 17th.
Yes, ma'am.
You fixed the railing in the choir loft at St. Anne, boy.
How'd it do for you?
Did us fine until this unnatural disaster.
All right, folks. I'm gonna be passing out a displaced persons fact sheet. That's for everybody ready to get on the next bus.
Where's it going?
Maybe Houston or Colorado, somewhere west, man. I'm not exactly sure, but we'll get you out of here. All right, if you're still waiting to meet up with missing family members, you gotta put your name on that board over there. The bus is leaving in 5 minutes.
You lose anybody?
I didn't have anybody to lose.
Gonna make my world a better place. Gonna keep that smile all on my face. Gonna teach myself how to understand.
Dear Hattie,
And make myself
this is Gabe. I told you I don't talk much, and I sure don't write much. But I want you to know I'm okay, and I hope you are too. They put me on a bus to somewhere, and I don't know where I'm gonna end up. But I know what's gonna keep me going.
Make myself a better man.
My music and remembering you.
A better man.
And it's never been the same. But I wanna know you well. This could be good, but you can never tell.
Last week, she's alive and well, and now she's gone. It's hard to believe Eleanor has stamped her last passport.
Marvin, are you okay?
Everywhere I look, I see Eleanor. Eleanor's coffee cup, Eleanor's blender, Eleanor's potato.
Eleanor's potato? Oh, yeah, she always wanted a pet. What do you say we keep the blender in the DLO? Oh, and if anybody finds her recipe for her kombucha smoothie, please let me know.
Norman, would you organize the inbox for the incoming supervisor? And Rita, would you distribute the contents of the outbox? Ms. McInerney, please pack the personal items, and I shall...
Oh, look! The kombucha smoothie recipe! Ooh, let me see. 1 part bee pollen, honey, and some...
Oliver, this has your name on it.
Oh. Ah.
Well, hello there.
Oliver, this found its way to my inbox, obviously intended for the DLO. Check out the postmark and return address. Can't wait to hear the story behind this. Speaking of which, I hope your date on Saturday go...
Outgoing, report that encounter, motion station.
Says to the one and only Hattie. The address is obscured by multiple attempts to deliver. There's no such address. Return to sender. Address unknown.
Well, I can try to remove the ink, but we risk losing the address in the process.
Eleanor mentioned a return address?
It's not really a return address, it's just Gabe, Mile High.
Cute and clever return addresses, will they never learn?
From Gabe, a mile high. Well, that's obviously a reference to Denver, the mile high city, which narrows it down to, Rita?
Ooh, 760,000 people.
We could always just look for the one and only Hattie.
It's already been marked for return. We are bound to begin there.
Oh.
Thank you.
Mandatory evacuation regulations require all displaced persons to limit personal belongings to...
Rita, the postmark was
September 5th, 2005.
That's right around
Hurricane Katrina.
1.5 million people were evacuated from Louisiana, and 6,000 people were evacuated to Colorado.
Gabe didn't write a return address on that envelope.
Because he didn't have one.
Oh.
Dear Hattie, this is Gabe. I told you I don't talk much and I sure don't write much, but I want you to know I'm okay and I hope you are too.
Welcome to Hattie's Back Street. I'm Hattie. What can I get you?
May I please have a ginger ale?
May I please have a ginger ale? Yes, you may please have a ginger ale. You hungry?
Like Sunday after church.
I hear you. You leave that to Hattie. Now, that's a toolbox? You got a musical saw in that toolbox?
I'm sorry? What?
Everybody sings for their supper on Tuesdays, baby. You gotta sing or play something. You're not shy now, are you?
Most of the time.
Mm-hmm. I think you're holding out on me. So when I get back with your chicken, your grits, and your oysters, you better be up there doing what you do because I know you do something.
I used to sing a little back in the day.
I had a feeling.
How about you, Miss Hattie? Do you sing?
I sing a little. But if the music's good, I dance. A toolbox. Maybe he's a carpenter.
Carpenter who's a musician.
Or a musician who's a carpenter.
See, that's what makes New Orleans so special. It's not about what you do for a living. It's about the living you do, the music you make, the food you love.
My cousin Vernon moved there last year so he could be in a band and be a pastry chef.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. What does he play?
The spoons.
Pressing on, I was so tired that night, I just built some porch steps for a man in the lower ninth, and all I wanted to do was sit and rest myself a while. But, well, got away with folks, Hattie.
When the music starts to play, she slides out on the floor, dancing without a partner, swaying on the 2 and 4. There's a rhythm in her footsteps and a flower in her hair. Smile on her face, she's in a place, you know, she don't have a care. She ain't looking for no lover, she ain't looking for romance, she just wants to dance. Woo! She just wants to dance. Go on and let the girl dance. Baby, she just wants to dance.
An hour before, I was the loneliest man in Louisiana. But standing up there and singing, it was like I'd always had the music in... Oh my goodness, I'd forgotten. I was supposed to meet my father at noon. Why don't we finish packing up here and regroup after lunch?
What are we going to do with Eleanor's potato?
Oh, well, we can,
Can I keep it?
Norman, we were simply tasked with clearing and retaining postal-related items. That's not...
Jane got a blender.
Well, yes, but that's not...
We would take very good care of it.
Those things are so untidy, and if left untended, they produce an odor that regulations clearly state.
I will change the water every day, I promise.
Please.
Just look at these little faces.
What do you think?
Oh, dear.
You think there's enough light here?
Just think of it as a pet rock with the potential to be a side dish.
You've already named it Charlene.
Oh,
What about over here?
that's a good sign, actually.
How so, Miss McInerney?
They're not ready to formally take the next step in their relationship, so they've found a way to create a sort of family with a surrogate. Potato.
I really need to leave now.
Okay, say hi to your dad for me. Oh, and Oliver. I see that we're back to saying Ms. McInerney.
Yes, well, I think it might be more important than ever to keep things professional at work. But come tomorrow night, I fully intend to call you Shane. Miss McInerney.
Okay. Just want to make sure she's getting enough light, but not too much light.
Dad! Hey! Welcome to my retirement! Oh,
I wanted to talk about something. You know, I wrote that list of things I wanted to do when I retired. Travel, learn Italian, work in a garden. And then I realized that those things would be a lot more fun if I didn't do them by myself.
Oh, well, naturally. I'm not much of a gardener. It's very messy, but I do love to travel, of course.
I'm talking about needing some company.
Mm-hmm.
Female company.
Oh.
I dated a little, you know, after your mother left us, but nothing serious. But now I'm settled here, and I may not be old yet, but I will be someday. I don't want to do it alone.
I see. Well, there is a book club at my church, or we could find a seniors group.
Or I could just walk over to Kate and ask her out right now.
Kate?
She's in charge of the butterfly garden, and I'm handling the vegetables.
And you are telling me this because?
Well, let's face it, we're different people. When I make a decision, I act. And I know you don't like to rush things, and it's taken you a while to get things going with Shane, and so I don't want you to feel awkward if I actually move a little faster than you.
Well, Dad, Shane and I are going out tomorrow, so...
Well, there you go. That's great. Yeah, okay. Nothing to worry about then.
She could be an Irish cobbler, or a chieftain, ooh, or a Viking. She's definitely some sort of early variety of heirloom.
Well, yeah, she's definitely not your average potato.
Nope.
Listen to this. Almost 400,000 people evacuated New Orleans when the levees broke. And a lot of them are still living in Colorado because they can't afford to move back home.
Well, they didn't have a home to go back to.
I wonder if that's what happened to Gabe.
I'm back, everyone. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Hey, how's your dad?
He's fine. Doing some volunteer work. Making new, friends.
Thought we might get back to that letter.
Oh, Shane's already got started on Gabe, and we've been working on Hattie.
Yeah, I can't lift the ink from the envelope without erasing Hattie's address.
We even tried Norman Dorman's revelation solution.
Well, you might want to start going back through some old phone books.
Okay.
Miss McInerney.
It's not looking good. All we've got is some guy named Gabe who walked into some sort of establishment, like a blues club, and sang a song and had a good meal.
And fell in love.
You think so?
Oh, well, where were we? Oh, I'd always had the music in me, but I'd forgotten what it was for until you. He was obviously falling in love.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, maybe he just thought she was being really encouraging.
Well, I disagree. I know what will keep me going, remembering you. If Gabe wrote one love letter, maybe he wrote more, hoping one of them might get through all the chaos after Katrina. And if Hattie received just one of those letters, then perhaps they found each other.
Ergo, find Hattie, find Gabe.
Of course, if they're not together.
Hattie might still have information.
Got something. New Orleans Yellow Pages, 2004 to 2005. There's a club called Hattie's Backstreet Blues, 45 St. James Street. Try our famous oysters. Open mic night every Tuesday.
Nothing's coming up.
Give me a second. Yellow Pages, 2006, 2007. Yeah, there's nothing listed at all after Hurricane Katrina.
Because it's gone.
It's not hopeless. If Hattie's place was destroyed, then she may have applied for a federal relief loan. And if that's the case, then I can hack into any number of government records and...
Ms. McInerney, I am quite confident that you and your computer could infiltrate the deepest galaxies of cyberspace. But please, don't say anything we might have to repeat in court.
Fair enough. But we still have to find her last name somehow. Any ideas?
Well, I once got my name in the newspaper, sort of.
You did? I didn't know that.
I don't talk about it much. And the charges were dropped.
You were arrested?
It was just a misunderstanding at the zoo. I was actually trying to return the penguin.
Wait, I remember that story. That was you?
Yeah. Man cleared and runaway penguin escapade. I was the unidentified man.
Norman, you're a genius. Here we go. From the New Orleans Times-Picayune, August 10th, 2002. Also petitioning the city council in support of the proposed traffic light was local business owner Amelia Gray Hatfield, proprietor of Hattie's Backstreet Blues Club.
Of course, Hatfield. Hattie is her nickname. Ooh, I wish I had a nickname.
Oh, I'll think of one.
Excellent work, Miss McInerney.
Well, now the fun starts. I've got a search program here that I can adapt to filter for old records or relief applications or evacuee lists, anything Katrina related that might help us see where Hattie may have ended up. Start. Now we just have to wait. No. No, 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 no. Eleanor's kombucha recipe. I think I left it in the box of old Reader's Digest that I had Norman throw out.
I'm sorry. What did I do? I'm sorry.
Oh, it's not your fault. Now I'll never make one as good as hers.
I'm sorry, Miss McInerney. I know how much that kombucha recipe meant to you.
Kombucha.
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 Forget it. I need chocolate. No, serious chocolate.
Feels so decadent to be having dessert in the middle of the afternoon.
Well, Reeds, somewhere in the world, it's dinner time.
Reeds?
Yeah, I'm working on your nickname.
Oh, let's keep working on it.
Reedster?
Oh, reedy.
Reeds Meats. No, that's bad.
It's running every name registered with the city of New Orleans during the weeks after Katrina. And if that doesn't work, I'll move on to state and federal records.
Remarkable. I think we should read on a bit while we wait.
Wow. Oliver O'Toole breaking protocol. What is that all about?
I'm, not sure.
Over there! Ramon!
Ramon, what are you doing here?
Yeah, what are you doing here?
Well, I have great news. I am the new owner of the Mailbox Grill.
Are you kidding me?
Why? Why?
It is a marvelous venue, and I have great plans for it. I see a Sunday brunch, perhaps a mailbox martini menu. And of course, we must improve on the jukebox.
Oh, that's right. You know a lot about music. Oliver, can Ramon listen to the rest of the letter? He might be able to hear something that we don't.
Oh, I don't. I know you could have gotten somebody else to fix the bar, but maybe you could tell I needed the work and the company.
Darn this thing. Ugh.
I can come back and fix that tomorrow.
That'd be fine by me.
But it needs a special hinge, and the good ones are hard to find.
I know.
People come and people go. They take and they give. And they build you
you up just to let you down. That's just the way it is. 'Cause all I need is one friend to get me through the day. One friend who never goes away. Only one friend to understand. Never let me down.
And I have a confession to make. I could have fixed that gate in one try, but the truth is, that was the first time I'd sung or even smiled that much in a long time, and it felt so good. I just didn't want to leave.
So, I pretended I couldn't find the right parts to the hinge, but nothing ever gets by you, Hattie.
It's you I reach. Sent me on my way. Kissed me on the lips and said, have a nice day. She had me right where she wanted me. You know what? I was in a trance. Ooh. She said, ain't nothing wrong with Texas, but I'd really love to go to France.
It's very scary.
It's no secret, I don't care. Gonna shout it out everywhere. Love my baby, hot, cold, fast, slow. Love my, In the evening in my bed, I hear voices in my head.
Ooh.
There you go. Good as new.
Better. We're closed!
Hurricane's coming. It's gonna be a big one.
I lived through Camille. I can get through this one.
I'm sure you can. But I was thinking maybe you might like a little company.
Well, I could close up early and we could weather it out together. I have lots of food and lots of ginger ale.
I'll see you tomorrow.
The next day, they made us evacuate, and then the levees broke. And Hattie, I tried everything I could to get back to you, but I couldn't even get close. I lost my home, lost my toolbox. I lost everything but my guitar. But my only regret is waiting too long to tell you how I feel. I kept thinking I had tomorrow. Somebody on this bus thinks it's going to Denver, and if that's true, then you'll know how to find me if you want to. Because I'm gonna do what you taught me to do.
What did she teach him to do?
Yeah, what did she teach him to do? I don't think that's mentioned anywhere.
Neither do I.
I'm gonna do what you taught me to do. I'm gonna find my higher ground, and I'll be there every Sunday morning, waiting for the rest of my life. And I promise, if there's another bus to Denver and you get on it and find me, I'll never lose you again. Always, Gabe.
You were right. He was in love. And no matter how many letters he sent, they all went to a place that doesn't exist anymore.
12 years, and so many hearts are still broken.
Or trying to mend at least one of them.
I found her. Great! Amelia Gray Hatfield is listed as missing and presumed dead. Poor Gabe. Poor Hattie.
She was waiting for him, but he never came.
And he's out there waiting for her, but she's never gonna come.
Perhaps he's given up by now.
Never. True love never gives up. You must find this Gabrielle. This is very upsetting. At times like this, all I can do is pray. And of course, eat my mother's famous pozole. Priority male pozole. Excuse me.
Leave it to Ramon to take lemons and make soup.
You know, I hate to say it. I really hate to say it, but Ramon's got a point. You don't just stop loving somebody, especially if you've been lonely your whole life. And then one day you walk in and you meet somebody who makes you laugh and sees all the good things about you and makes you feel special.
Hey, we thought Hattie would lead us to Gabe, but we just have to find another way. We are the Postables, and we have wide powers of postal discretion. We haven't even used yet. Right, Norman?
Then that's what we'll do. And we'll start first thing Monday morning.
Monday. Good evening, Shane.
Good evening, Oliver.
You look beautiful.
Thank you.
Our conversation yesterday put me in mind of a small jazz club on Pearl Street. I thought we might start there for drinks. And we have a table at Montaldo's at 7.
Well, that sounds just... That's funny.
What?
Your tie. You tied it in a Windsor. But you only wear a Windsor on Wednesdays. Huh.
It's a beautiful night. Would you like to walk?
I'd love to.
Ever noticed every time we try to have a nice evening, something happens?
Maybe God's trying to tell us something.
That would be...
Table for two? Oh, hi.
Yes. You don't agree?
No, it's apples and oranges. Jazz is not about the notes that you hear. It's about the notes that you don't hear. And with the blues, it's not about what you hear, it's what you feel. It's rhythm and truth. It's pain set to music.
It's very profound, coming from a woman who drinks kombucha in the afternoon and martinis at night.
Give me your pen.
My grandfather's.
It's perfect. Now, watch and learn.
Oh.
You're gonna have to open your mind, use your imagination.
I can do that.
When I close my eyes and I listen to jazz, this is what I see. Surprise and light, crazy possibility. But when I close my eyes and I listen to the blues, I don't see it. I just feel it. And sometimes it's full, sometimes it's empty, sometimes it's broken. But it's always, it just always feels so...
Painfully but exquisitely true, I imagine.
Yes. Very good.
Did I pass the course? May I have my pen back now?
No.
There may be a test later.
Afraid we missed our reservation.
No doubt we'll make it back to Montaldo someday. At some point. You know the porch swing you gave me?
Of course.
Well, remember it was a little off balance?
I thought I fixed that. Is it still off?
No. It just has a little squeak now.
Maybe I should take a look at it.
That would be nice.
Earlier on, you said something about...
About?
Well, you said something about God.
Oh, well, it's like you said, just every time we try to go out, something seems to happen. Maybe God's trying to tell us something?
Interesting. And what do you think he might be saying?
Maybe he's saying that this is crazy. You and...
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Are you all right?
Yes.
Shall we call a cab?
We could. But then I'd have to let go.
Shall we walk? What are you thinking about?
I was just thinking about how I almost quit the DLO.
You did quit. More than twice.
But I didn't because I...
Because?
Steve?
You got a squeak in this thing.
What are you doing here?
Oliver?
Mr. Merrick?
Sorry to drop in like this, but can we speak privately?
No.
This isn't a personal visit, Shane. There's a crisis in D.C. and I need you there now. Well, tonight.
What? Are you crazy?
It's a crisis situation. I need the best hackers in the business, and I need somebody who knows USPS.
Has our security been breached?
I can...
Neither confirm nor deny. Yes, I remember.
Look, you gotta trust me on this. You need to go inside, pack a bag, grab your passport. We got a plane waiting for us at Buckley Airfield.
How long will this...
I don't know, maybe a few weeks.
You are the best at what you do, Miss McInerney.
Rita has a key. The rose bush, it needs to be trimmed back or else...
I will handle things. You just call us with your address and we'll forward your mail to you.
Oliver, we're gonna have to go radio silence on this. That means no calls, no texts, no emails, no regular mail.
Yes, but surely...
Once they're broken up into the teams, they're gonna be incommunicado for the duration. Now, we really gotta roll.
I'll be back.
Of course.
I really enjoyed our walk.
So did I.
Promise me that you'll find Gabe. And tell him not to be too hard on himself. He didn't have to say it. She knew that he loved her. She knew.
I will tell him. Her passport. Will she be safe?
I'd die before I let anything happen to her.
This is Charlene. We adopted her, but we're a little confused on how to take care of her.
Well, looks like there's some buds that ought to sprout in 2 or 3 weeks. Once they get some leaves, it'll be time to plant.
Oh, plant? In the ground? Somewhere else, away from us?
Well, you want her to grow, right?
Oh, I think we want her to have every advantage.
Then you wait for the sprouts, and then you plant it, and the sprouts make baby potatoes.
I knew that. I didn't think Charlene was that kind of potato.
It's the great circle of life, Norman. We just have to treasure every moment we get. Thank you, Mr. O'Toole.
Hey, if I'm going to help raise your little potato, you might as well call me Joe.
Oh, Joe.
Joe.
Oliver! Dad.
Oh, Oliver, can you sign these priority mail requests for me, please?
Oh. What brings you here?
I brought you guys some veggies from my garden project.
It's very thoughtful of you.
Yeah, we did a spring harvest this morning, and I've got some spinach and some cabbage and some kale here.
Oh, kale, wonderful.
But, you gonna ask?
Sorry?
I did it. I asked Kate out. And she said yes. And we went to the movies, and then we grabbed some dinner, and then we talked half the night. And then she asked me to go to the big band concert at Red Rocks next Saturday night.
Things are moving right along, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. How was your day?
Oh, my evening with Miss McInerney was without precedent. Rita, Norman? Yes. Our priority today is to locate the author of this letter and return to sender. I now believe that trying to locate the addressee will sadly prove unfruitful.
Oh, I thought Shane was looking into this.
I some news to share with all of you.
I better get going.
No. Stay. Norman, you might want to put the potato down for this.
Shouldn't we wait for Shane?
Shane is not coming.
I don't know what's worse, having your date hijacked by an incredibly handsome man from the clandestine services, or having him be her ex-boyfriend.
Oh, waiting for her to come back, Norman. That's gotta be the worst.
Without tech support, how are we supposed to find Gabe? We don't have anything left to go on.
Well, we still have us.
Oh. Well, think of something then, Riri.
Riri?
Okay.
Well, that's a new one. Homeland Security stole my girl. Or did you let her go?
It was her decision.
Question. Does she know how you feel? Shoot, do you know how you feel?
When we were lost up on that mountain last month, and I almost lost everything. After that, I told her how I felt. Actually, I told her how I felt about being ready to feel something about how I feel.
And she followed that?
Well, I was as clear as I know how to be. And I kissed her. It was brief, but very...
If you get another chance to kiss her, son, take your time.
None of my business, getting all of my concern. Tried to put out the fire, but the flame still burns. Oh, and as she pleases, she comes and goes. She got the wind in her hair. Oh, she never ceases to hurt me so. Does she really care? She ever coming home? She ever gonna phone?
Make sure the encryption's consistent.
Never not alone. Has anybody seen my girl? Has Has anybody seen my woman? California, Tennessee. Send my baby home to me, home to me. Where am I going? Oh, what am I gonna do? No, I'm not crazy, no, I'm just hooked on you. So go on and use me endlessly, but could you let me know when you need me? Hold me close and baby, don't let go.
Norman, come here.
What?
Look, there's little sprouts.
Oh, they grow up so fast.
Oh, dear.
Oliver.
How's it going?
Any luck?
I'm sorry to say, but without Ms. McInerney's advanced search protocols, it's taken us 4 weeks what she might have accomplished in a day.
Yeah, I'm still filling out request forms for evacuation rolls from 2005.
Maybe we should try all the churches in Denver. Remember he said something about every Sunday morning?
That's 1,057 churches, though.
No, I know it's a lot to ask, but I made a promise to myself. I can't give up on this.
Has anybody seen my woman? California, Tennessee. Send my baby home to me, home to me.
My friends, Maria Gloria Patricia Spothole. Kate and I came here last week and had it. It was great.
Spothole.
Ooh, it is spicy. That kind of gives you a lift, sort of a zip.
Oliver could use some of that.
Must be missing the beautiful Shane.
If we're being honest, we're a little worried about him.
I am too.
Every night we leave the office, he's still there, sitting at his desk, staring at her blender.
Oh, blender she never got to use.
In my family, we have a tradition. If a friend is in trouble, we surround him with the 3 P's. Pasión, pozole, and poker.
Poker? I love poker. And if everybody folds, then the last man holding gets the pot. And he doesn't even have to show his cards.
How is it you know so much about poker?
Well, I'm actually a blackjack girl. I'm pretty much banned from every casino. You know, photographic memory, counting cards.
You look like a general here.
I was, briefly, a small, obsolete republic.
You were a matador?
Just to pay my way through school.
Oh, Norman, can you grab the cheese wheel from the counter, please?
Oh. You are a very fortunate man, Normando. How long have you two been together now?
Oh, just over a year, I guess.
No, in my country, you'd be married with twins by now. Everyone had twins there.
Well, we have a potato.
How is Ovelio doing? He seems a bit lost.
Well, I think your money's saved tonight. But at least he's getting out a little. This is nice.
Ah, the glory days of alternative Latin garage punk grunge.
I'm a blues man myself.
Whatever happened to that fellow in the letter? The man from the hurricane?
Oh, we tried everything, but we never found him.
Did you try music?
How do you mean?
Musicians are magnets for other musicians. And as you know, I'm bringing live music to the Mailbox Grill. Thursdays will be Yaz night. Fridays are alternative Latin garage punk grunge night, of course. But Saturdays are blues night. Now, if Gabriel is in this town, trust me, if we play it, he will come.
We've asked everyone if they know a blues musician named Gabe. Nobody does.
Yeah, Ramon was so sure that the word would get out and Gabe would show up as long as the music was good.
Well, this is only the first night, and the band was excellent.
Ovalier, my friends, I want you to meet Big Yo Hopkins, Denver legend. He might be able to help you in your search.
Oh, thank you. We love your music.
This is a great spot. We've been needing a place like this.
Oh, Ramon says you know every blues player in town.
We all kind of know each other.
You wouldn't happen to know a gentleman by the name of Gabe from New Orleans?
Gabe, what's his last name?
Oh, that's all we have, just Gabe.
Doesn't ring a bell. But Ephraim Beals is from Louisiana. He plays over at the E-Flat Lounge.
Oh, yes, we've, I've been there.
Oh, I haven't been back to New Orleans since Katrina. Haven't got the money, don't have the heart.
Very sorry.
So who's you looking for?
A man named Gabe. He plays a guitar and sings.
He was evacuated to Denver, so we were hoping he still plays at a club somewhere here.
Gabe. Of course, folks don't use real names like Sonny Jack, Bad Boy Baker, and the 5280 Man. Folks just don't know who they really are.
Well, thank you very much for trying. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I really like your music. It's very positive, considering how sad it is.
Well, here, take one of my CDs home with you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, walk a mile in my blues.
It's very clever. Walk a mile. Oh, wait, what was that you said about the 52 man?
5280 Man? Cat's a real mystery. Only plays his guitar on the steps of the state capitol, one day a week.
Would that day be Sunday?
Every Sunday. Folks call him 5280
because the altitude of the state capitol is
exactly 5,280 feet, which is...
A mile!
Return address is Gabe, a mile high. What time is it?
1:15 a.m.
It's Sunday morning.
Oh, I hope he's there.
Do you hear that?
She'll put the message right in your mind. Might look like a plan or a coalition, or it might be God trying to get your attention. Might be God trying to get your attention. Oh, yeah.
Gabe?
Man, oh man, you spent all this time looking for me.
Yep.
That's our job.
I'm afraid it was necessary to read the letter in order to locate you.
Did you know about Hattie?
Not much. We were able to ascertain that the Backstreet Blues Club is
gone. I tried to call a few times, but I finally figured it got wiped out. So, but I did write a few more letters, hoping that maybe Hattie had a forwarding address or something. I still got hope.
But I figured you gotta have hope.
Wait, so you've been waiting all this time for Hattie to find you?
12 years is a long time. There was something really powerful about that lady. You know, when she put her mind to something, nothing could stop her. And that's what I'm counting on.
What do you mean?
One night we stayed up all night long, and we talked, we talked about everything. She got me talking more that night than I talked my whole life put together. I told her how I had a good life, and I had a good wife, and a baby girl, and how a grease fire started in our apartment building and took it all away while I was singing and playing down in the quarter. They were killed in a fire in our apartment.
I'm so sorry.
I haven't heard the sirens on the way failing in the distance, and you know, I didn't put it together. Of course you don't think it's your house. But it was. And I just lost it. I hadn't played another note since. I hadn't played it all till I came in here.
You're gonna see them again someday, baby. You know that. But for now, you gotta hand all that over to the Lord. And you gotta keep singing. That's what you were born to do. What you need is vision. And it is hard to get vision down here in the 9th Ward. So you gotta get to higher ground. You know that funny little hill up in Cordery Park? The one with the little wooden lookout you gotta climb up to? Believe it or not, that is the highest point in New Orleans. 53 feet above sea level. Every Sunday morning, I stand up there and I watch the sunrise. And I count my blessings. And before you know it, I feel like I am standing a mile high. And when you feel a mile high, anything is possible.
When that bus brought me to Denver, I really had a hard time getting on my feet. It took a while. You know, so I come up here every Sunday, mile high on these steps, and I count my blessings, and I wait.
Did you ever think about going back to New Orleans?
This is where I told her I'd be. And I'm a man of my word. You know, what if she got one of my letters? What if somehow one of them got forwarded to her? You know, what if it came late like this one? What if she comes? And I'm gone.
Gabe, the truth is, I'm not sure how to tell you this, but the truth about Hattie is... The truth is, every letter that comes to our office is a sacred trust, and we will not rest until we have used every means at our disposal to try deliver it to its intended recipient, or we've determined the whereabouts of that recipient, with your permission, of course.
You got it.
Can't promise anything. Then again, we are a mile high, so anything is possible.
Every morning.
Good afternoon. May I speak to someone regarding disaster relief payments to victims of Hurricane Katrina? Katrina?
I think of
yes. Well, might you be able to direct me to someone who can?
No. She was listed as missing and presumed dead. We cannot find a death certificate recorded with the clerk of Orleans Parish.
Feels like heaven.
A lot better than mine.
You're an angel holding me. Your sweet, sweet loving sets me free. And in my wildest imagination, I could never imagine loving me as much as I do.
So, still no word from Shane?
Not until she's released from her assignment.
What if Mr. National Security isn't interested in releasing her.
Well, considering our last date, I believe if she could come back, she would.
You know, son, one kiss doesn't make a contract.
But hey, what do I know? Kate and I broke up.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
She took up with the fertilizer salesman, moved to Durango.
There is no accounting for taste. Or whatever.
Right there. Can you see that?
Yes, hello.
Due to
My
the
name
high
is
volume of
Oliver.
calls at the present time, your waiting time is approximately 26 minutes. Thank you for holding. Due to the high volume of calls...
Well, it may be winter, may be fall, and I might have plenty or nothing at all. Baby, I'm gonna be there whenever you call. And every morning, every evening, every day I think of you. The way you love me, through and through. The way you love
Let us toast next Saturday's Blues Night headliner. The Mailbox Grill presents the 5280 man himself. To Gabrielle.
To Gabe. To Gabe.
To Gabe.
Gabe.
You guys still looking for Hattie?
We've looked everywhere. Volunteers America, the American Red Cross, the Federal Emergency Agency.
It's very frustrating, especially since we don't even know if she's alive.
Presumed dead is only a presumption. Nobody knows exactly how many were lost in Katrina or even where all the survivors ended up.
Shane would have found a way.
You know, I'm starting to feel really guilty about not telling Gabe what we know about Hattie.
But you don't know anything, right?
Perhaps it's time we told him that. No man should have to wait forever for someone who's never going to come. Excuse me, I'm out. Sorry.
I'm out too. I have a confession to make. And you can fire me for it, and I'll understand.
What are you talking about, Norman?
I'm not very good at keeping secrets. The bad ones hurt my heart. So, a few Sundays ago, I went to the Capitol steps to see Gabe.
And you told him about Hattie?
I didn't have to tell him. He kind of figured it out when he saw my face.
Norman.
He said that deep down inside, he always suspected that if Hattie's club was gone, that probably meant she was too. But that wasn't going to stop him from keeping the faith, he called it. And when I left, he picked up his guitar and he started singing again.
You do know the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome.
Like waiting for your mother to come back and waiting for your wife to come back and waiting for Shane to come back. Maybe standing on those steps is insane. Maybe it's the only way that Gabe knows how to keep Hattie alive. All I know is when I walked away, he was already singing a new song. And it hit me.
What?
Well, you and I, Oliver, we have a lot more to hope for than
And Gabe does now. But he's the one out there singing.
I don't know what to do.
I know what I'm gonna do. Can you keep a secret? A good one?
I'm looking out my window, feeling kind of blue. I ain't heard from my baby, and she finds somebody new. So I called out her number, but her number had changed. And I climbed up to the mountain
to see Steve.
and I screamed out her name. And I said, hey, 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 hey. Oh my, do-la-loo.
Thank you.
Do-la-loo, don't.
Oliver.
I will do anything for you. Do-la-loo, you.
I was told you were out of the country.
When you show up without an appointment, I'm out of the country.
Where's Shay?
She's out of the country.
You told me you would keep her safe.
She's safe.
How do you know if she's out of the country? Or you are? Who exactly is in the country right now?
Okay, look.
Mr. Merrick, I have an employee who hasn't reported to work for 3 months with no paperwork to support her absence. Unless you can provide compelling reasons to the contrary, I would like my employee back now.
You can't have her back. She's critical to the mission.
Oh, I'll bet she is.
Listen, Oliver, I understand your situation.
No, you don't. And that situation has changed.
We were out of the country. We had to turn in our laptops and tablets and phones. We couldn't carry anything that could be tracked or hacked or compromised.
There are means which you could have contacted us while still maintaining privacy. Postcard, letter, burner phone.
The point is that I still would have been breaking the rules, and you of all people should... Wait, how do you know about burner phones?
Sometimes we watch action movies on poker night.
Poker night? Action? Who's we?
Norman, Rita, my dad, Ramon.
I would give anything to see that.
Apparently not.
Oliver, what I am doing here right now is really important. And there's still work that needs to be done.
Are you sure?
That's what Steve says.
Well, then it must be true.
Do you really think that if I could go back to Denver, I would spend one more minute here?
I don't know about having a chance, but I know you have a choice.
Can we change the subject, please? Did you find Gabe?
I promised I would, and we did.
That's great, because I have news about Hattie. I couldn't stop thinking about her, so every chance I had, I would run a new search for old tax records or old employment records, anything that I could think of, really, and I found something.
And?
I think she's alive. And A.G. Hatfield spent 3 days trapped in the Superdome and then evacuated to Houston, which is probably why she dropped off the rolls in Louisiana. Now, from what I can tell, if it is her, it seems as she started over again in Austin. I only have a street address, but no number. I was gonna follow up when this was all over, but now that you're here, I hope she was worth waiting for.
So do I.
No cell phones. No contact, huh?
Oliver, it's a dedicated phone just for... I'm sorry. I have to get back.
Of course. You have no choice.
Oliver.
Would like my pen back, please.
Of course. I mean, I was going to give it back when I came.
Bye, Miss McInerney.
What would you say if I had a friend here in Washington, a highly placed official with the USPS Division of Cybersecurity, who informed me that the crisis which occurred 3 months ago was resolved over 3 weeks ago, and that the release of all emergency consulting assets, such as yourself, was at the sole discretion of your team leader?
If that were true, Steve would let me go home.
Why would a man who obviously cares so much about you let you go if he didn't have to?
I ask myself that all the time.
I made that part up. About the highly placed official.
I know. It was a pretty good bluff, though.
I learned it playing poker. But I can't lie to you.
I know.
I'm just wondering if Steve can.
Tell me the truth. Am I here because you need me or because you want me?
What kind of a guy flies all the way down here and then leaves without getting what he came for?
The kind of man that lets me make up my own mind. But I can't do that unless I have all the facts.
Okay. Crisis is over. I could shut down your part of the operation, but I don't want to. For security reasons and for personal reasons.
What?
Do you really think that delivering old letters is as important as some of the world-changing stuff that we do here every day? Are you really telling me you want to throw all that away for a squeaky porch swing in Denver? And you want to know the truth?
Please.
I'm still in love with you.
Welcome to Texas.
Pardon me, is this Hattie's place?
Well, that depends. I'm Hattie, and this is my place.
I'm Oliver O'Toole, and I'm from the United States Postal Service, and I have a letter for you that's taken a long time to deliver, I'm afraid. I hope you remember him, because he certainly remembers you.
Oh, my Lord. Now, are you telling me he's still alive?
Won't go away, and you're worried night and day. Hand it over, get on your knees and pray.
Are you okay, Norman?
Oliver should be here by now.
Well, he said he was bringing us a surprise, and it's gotta be Shane. And you know how sometimes she can be late. Oh, wait, look, there he is.
Oh, and there's somebody that's not Shane. Oh, that is a surprise.
Hand it over, give it up, give it over, hand it over, get on your knees and pray. Ain't no mountain
You can't climb. No answer that you can't climb. All you need is a hand to hold. Can I hear your body? Feed your soul.
Feed your soul.
Hattie.
I knew you'd come.
Come sing with me.
What?
Come sing.
We thought the surprise was Shane, but this is almost as good.
Almost.
Feed your soul.
Hand it over.
Hand it over.
Hand it over.
Hand it over.
Give it up. Give it over.
Give it over.
Hand it over.
Hand it over.
Get on your knees.
You said you wouldn't stop looking for her until you found her. And you kept your word.
Well, that's what we do. We're the Postables.
Yes, you are.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's it? She just gave you your pen, you left, and she went back to Steve?
Well, it could have been worse. He could have been a fertilizer salesman.
Oh, I think in a way, he is. You need a ride?
No. I think I'll walk a little.
Be careful. Stay on the main streets.
I know, Dad.
I know you know. But you're still my kid. I just don't want to see you get hurt.
And what about you?
You heard the song. Hand it over.
Dad? Love you.
I love you too.
Triumphant night, no?
And it's not over.
Ah, yes. The finale. You're leaving?
He'll do just fine.
You ready to go?
You remember the first time we met?
Oh, of course I do. At Terminal Annex during the Christmas rush.
Yeah. But the first time that I saw you was here.
Oh.
Yeah, I was standing right here, and you walked in. Well, you tripped.
Oh.
I said to myself, I said, Norman, there's the girl you're gonna sort a lot of mail with.
Aw, that's so sweet, Norman.
That's why I thought this would be a good place to, I think I finally came up with a nickname for you.
Oh, Norman, I've been thinking about it. Maybe I'm just meant to be Rita. Rita Moon River Haywith.
Moon River. I didn't know that.
Oh, well, you know, my parents.
Hippies. Right. Anyways, how about Rita Moon River?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Wes. Norman.
What?
Rita. Will you marry me?
What?
Yeah, I want us to get married and be together forever. And to have more than potatoes and have a place for them to grow. I'm talking about kids now, not potatoes.
I got that.
And I have a ring. Just left it in my other pants. Changed my pants so I'd look nice when I gave you the ring. Anyways, it has a gold owl on it. Yeah, it's got small, well, tiny diamond eyes and...
Yes. Yes. Norman. Yes, I'll marry you.
Thank you. I don't think that I'll make you as happy as you make me, but I'm gonna try every day for the rest of my life.
No, Norman, you're gonna make me cry.
That's okay. Just this once, right?
Yes. Just this once.
I love you.
I love you so much.
Do you want to stand up now?
Oh, yeah, okay.
We're gonna get married to each other.
None of my business, getting all of my concern. Tried to put out the fire, but the flame still burns. Oh, and as she pleases, she comes and goes. She's got the wind in her hair. Oh, she never ceases to hurt me so. Does she really care? Is she ever coming home? Is she ever gonna phone? Another night alone. Has anybody seen my girl? Has anybody seen my woman? California, Tennessee. Send my baby home to me, home.
One part kombucha, 2 tablespoons bee pollen, 1/2 teaspoon fresh chopped ginger. 2 parts kombucha, 1 part ginger ale, 1 ounce raw honeycomb ginger ale.
It added a certain effervescence that balanced the subtle earthy tones of the honeycomb. Still experimenting, but I'm getting closer, I think.
How are my roses?
I had to cut them back. You have to do that if you want them to bloom to their full potential.
You moved my desk.
It was temporary. I mean, it was... Well, I mean, it was...
Steve says you never really say what you mean.
Really? Well, I have quite a few very sincere things to say about Steve.
You were right about him. He's not a bad guy, but he's competitive.
I won the high school regional chess championships 3 years in a row.
So you mean you're competitive, too?
Didn't I just say that?
Almost.
Almost.
And tell me again why you moved my desk?
It was hard to look at every day.
So you mean you missed me?
I mean what I say when I say it. Although I don't always say what I mean when I do say it. I mean it. For example, when I once said I hoped our first date wouldn't be our last, that was a true and transparent statement that if we had ever actually completed a first date, would subsequently have been borne out in action, assuming you were in agreement, which, given your extended absence, you might understand my assumption that your intentions and mine were not in concert.
If you are suggesting that I didn't miss you, and I might be the only person on earth who understands what you just said, I wrote this one on the plane with your pen and talked about kissing you on the steps. And the second one, I wrote with your pen after we landed and told you that I wish I'd never left. And the third one is about how afraid I am that I can't do what they need me to do. And the fourth one is about how I'm afraid I'm gonna die before I can see you again. And the fifth one is about deciding to survive it all so that I can come back to this crazy, stupid place. And now you've moved my desk and you... I thought of you every day. I know that might be hard for you to believe, but...
You'd be surprised. How have you been?
Lonely.
Norman and Rita are engaged.
No.
My father fell in love with a lepidopterist who ran away with a fertilizer salesman.
Some people just don't know what they have.
That is true.
So what do we do now?
I am going to make you the perfect kombucha smoothie, and you are going to read me all of your letters.
That could take all night. So, you think you found the perfect kombucha smoothie recipe, huh?
It's about the secret ingredient.
Dear Oliver, when we lifted off and flew into the clouds, I realized that you have made a believer out of me. It was no mistake that I was transferred to the dead letter office instead of direct line operations. We could not have begun dancing together so long ago without learning the steps we needed to find our way back to